Hey, happy Monday, everyone. Hey, this is Stacy from Singer Career Counseling. If you're joining my channel for the first time, please take a look, subscribe, listen to some of the videos. I'm here to provide you some career counseling to help you if you're in that mid stage of your career and you want to transfer into something else. Look, this pandemic has taken us all for a ride. If it didn't with you, it certainly did for me. But it may have gotten you thinking about, am I happy in the job I'm in? I really wanted to be fill in the blank. And I've been taking classes, or I really had the experience from some other time in my life. And it's time to do that. Or you're transitioning from the military. Shout out to my veteran friends. And you just don't know how to navigate this whole corporate thing, this whole civilian thing. Please reach out to me, subscribe to my page. I've been on both sides. On both sides, I had to get out the military, reinvent myself because nobody had a need to load bombs and missiles on passenger aircraft. So I have completely had to reinvent myself and change. I have electrical and electronic and mechanical background, but again, it just wasn't working for me when I first got out the military. So I am here to help you understand the struggle. I can help you translate those words and let you know what to do. Now, if you're just getting started and you're not really sure what you want to do, but you know that the first start is to have a resume, hey, I can help you get that together this weekend, Saturday, the 30th of October. I'm going to be doing a Create Your Own Professional Resume class. You can register at stacyanderson.podia.com. So that's Stacy, Stacy, Anderson, Anderson, .podia, PODIA.com. You can go to my sales page or my web page, and you can scroll down a little bit and you'll see where to register and find out a little bit more about the course. But since I'm on here, I'll just tell you, we're going to step through everything that you'll need to do your resume yourself. See, the point of doing your resume yourself is being able to control it. You know what you've done. You know how to explain it better than anyone else will. Look, I've been a recruiter for many, many years, right? Because see, I joined the military when I was like 9. So you won't think that, I'm a little longer than tooth. But I did, I used to have someone write my resume when I first got out the military. And I remember sitting next to her and saying, well, no, it should be this and change this. And she would put it in her own words. And I didn't know any better because I was just transitioning out of the military. And I thought, well, she's got experience. Let me just finish it that way. And then I found myself explaining during the interview what it really was I was trying to do. So they knew that I hadn't done my resume, right? So the best thing to do is to be able to explain it yourself in your own words. Now, I've done resumes for people several times, for friends of friends. People just passed me, heard a little something I was talking about and did resumes. Hey, it's good money and I will take your money. If you go, hey, this is not my thing, Stacy, can you just write my resume? That's fine. If you want to drop a couple $100 and spend that, that's fine. But then are you going to come back to me every time that you need to make an update? Or are you just going to take time and figure it out from here? Look, if you come to my class, it's going to be, again, 11 o'clock on this Saturday, October 30th. You'll learn how to step through your resume. We're going to go through that career summary. What should I put there? What does it need to be? Everything long? What should I start with? And then we're going to just kind of walk through work history. Now, of course, I'll have other people on there watching, so we're not going to do everybody's individually, but I'm going to give you the basis of knowing what to put, how to put it, And what should you do? Should I put bullets? Should I just leave it as a paragraph? Should I just start talking about myself from what I've done from beginning to end and let it just be a block? I'm going to answer all those questions for you on that day. Now, if for some reason you can't join, this will be a part of a package that you can purchase later on and review it on your own. But this course will also have attached to it a whole booklet that will come with it. It'll have different resume examples, things that pertain to, hey, should I style this? How should I do it? Right down to what kind of font should I use? Should I put my picture on it? Should I not? Hey, I'm going to have all of that so that you'll have a reference booklet later on that you can go back and look at as well. But let's just get into what I'm going to talk about today. All right. So I wanted to talk a little bit about resumes, right? Because it is your calling card. It's the beginning of your business. What you'll actually send out to let someone know, hey, I'm here, I'm interested, and this is what I bring to the table. Of course, you're hoping to get your foot in the door, someone to give you a call, send an email, and invite you to hear a little bit more about yourself. So it shouldn't tell your life history. But a lot of people stumble with the first part of it. What should I say? I've seen resumes that had career summaries at the top, or they'll say skills and qualifications, and they're not really skills and qualifications. That'll be something else I talk about during this class. Know what is really a skill and a qualification, and then something that you just like to do or that you have the ability to do. All right. Not everything is equal. All right. So, but let's just start right there at the career summary. And as I go through this week, I'll probably walk through a couple of different sections too, just to kind of get you to understand what I'm going to do in this class. And, we'll see. I'll see how I feel tomorrow. Something else may hit me. But let's just talk about that first paragraph, or if there should be a first paragraph. It depends. Now, if you're just starting in the workforce, you probably, this probably is not for you. I don't speak to everyone as far as doing resumes. If you're just getting out of college, just getting out of, the high school or whatever, you're not really the people I gear this to. You could probably get some information from it. I hope my videos would help a little bit, but I'm really not the person that you should connect with because, and to be quite honest, I can walk you through that and tell you that too, but that's not really my focus and the reason for my business. I'm really here to help mid-career changers or my military folk, okay? Assuming you have had a career, whether it be in the civilian world or in the military world, you've done something. You've worked for, let's say, 4 or 5 years at least, okay? And so you should have something to put at the top of your resume. It could be a career summary. It could be simply just some basic skills and things that I have, or it could be directly to the point. Personally, as a recruiter, I just want to see what you want to do. I've seen such fluff. I can do blah, 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 blah. All right. So you're watch Snoopy or whatever, right? So if you've ever seen Snoopy and Charlie Brown or whatever, there's always that mother in the background that you hear, wah, 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 wah. That's what I hear if I start reading over like 4 sentences. I don't want to hear your life story in the first part of your resume. Again, Stacy personally is going to skip all that. All right. I'm going to scan it and I'm probably going to skip it if it doesn't catch my attention right away. All right. So the best thing to do if you're really unsure about this is to write seeking a career as a radiologist. All right. Straight and to the point. Okay, I know this is not a customer service person that I'm looking at. So let me just put them over here to the radiologist pile. Or if you're customer service and, you're saying seeking a career as a dental assistant. So I'm going to scan down and see, do you have those skills and qualifications? All of that. Okay. We'll get to that later on, maybe in a week, as I talked about. But just staying on that career summary, it should tell directly right away what you're looking for. All right. If it doesn't say that, like seeking a position as a radiologist, and then you start listing those keyword things that are in radiology, something that would pick up, as people always talk about the applicant tracking systems, those keywords you can put in there. I don't know what a radiologist, I know what they do, but I don't know the keywords, but whatever keywords that stick out, if you're looking for an administrative position and hey, Microsoft Office, Excel, or whatever you saw in the job description, if it's things like that they're talking about specific skills and you have that, then go ahead and put those keywords in there in sentence form, of course. You're not going to just list it, okay? We'll talk about an area where you can list the specific skills and qualifications. But right here, what you quickly want, I don't know what is on my nose, I don't know. But what you want to list right away is just what you're going to bring to the table, all right? So it just short information about there and about the experience, superior experience as, I don't know, resetting bones or positioning arms on an x-ray table. Hey, I don't know what it says, but you'll put those things by looking at the job description too, and just want to put in a couple of things. I call it just soft attention, right? Bring attention, make the reader want to look down for other experience that you have, or where did you get this? Is it just in school or whatever? You're trying to draw the person in, right? So it's the beginning of the book, right? You're going to hit them hard right there up front with a little bit of enough information to make you want to go, let me look at the rest of this. Okay, that's what you're trying to do with that career summary or objective. Some people will put that. Either one is okay. All right, just depending on where you are in your career, if you will. If you want to put career summary, that's fine. Usually people do that if they're a little higher up in the work experience, or if you just want to put your objective. I'm just looking for a position. Now, of course, you wouldn't say I'm just looking for, but you put, seeking a position as whatever it is. That's more of an objective, okay? Career summary is you're going to tell a little bit more about you. Just a quick overview. Again, not 5 or 6 paragraphs, not 10 sentences. We're not doing that, okay? But 3 to 4 sentences about specific skills that you have that will work with this job. Okay. Now, with that said, now you see how it will work better if you create your own resume, or would you prefer to have to come back to a resume writer and say, I'm applying for this job, so I need to put these keywords in? No, you'll have it right there on your computer and you'll know how to word it and change it. I have like 4 different resumes, depending on what I want to highlight. If I'm seeking a job that is asking more about diversity, increasing diversity, what I've done to work on diversity initiatives, then certainly I'm going to hit you heavy with those things about diversity that I know. Again, to draw you in to read more about my work experience. If I'm looking at something that wants more of full cycle recruiting, yes, I know how to source, bring the person in, talk to them, get them prepared for the manager, and then hopefully to an offer. I'm going to talk more about full cycle recruiting. I hope you're getting what I'm saying here, and it makes sense. And sorry if I'm talking too fast. You could play it again. But that information will help you walk through what you're looking for. All right. So, the reason, and that's the reason why I have several different resumes. I don't want to say several, but you know what I'm saying, about 4 different resumes. Just depends. and I'm speaking specifically on my field, because when I was job searching a lot, I wanted to tailor it to what is the overall focus of this position. They all may have another thing, all falling under a recruiter, because a recruiter or talent partner, whatever you want to call us, at the end of the day, we're still recruiters. But a lot of companies call us talent partners, talent acquisition, those things. Whatever falls under that, there might be just a sourcing recruiter. So you may be the person who is just going to go out and find people, all right? Talk to them briefly, make sure they are the person they say and have the skills that are listed on their resume, and then maybe forward it on to either a recruiter or directly to the hiring manager. So they could be the sourcer, they could be the full cycle recruiter, you get it. So I want to highlight and enhance those things to whatever the job is I'm preparing. Again, and those reasons, and that's the reason why you want to be able to tailor your own resume, to make it appeal to the job a little better and highlight those things that the job description is asking for. So additionally, you want to make sure there are relevant skills in there. And let me give you an example. So my resume, right? I just told you about the crazy background I had in the military. I shouldn't say crazy. I absolutely loved what I did. I was a little shocked when I first started. But, when I learned my job and I got out there, I felt very accomplished, because when I left home, I couldn't change the tire on my bike. I really, my boyfriend used to change it for me. It just wasn't my thing. I wasn't trying to do anything mechanical. So to be entrusted with $1 billion aircraft, whoa, I felt, major accomplishment. But at any rate, when I left the military, again, strong, mechanical background. I knew my tools. I know the torque wrenches and the foot pounds. I knew how to read schematics, electrical, electronic, or whatever, all those things. But one day I'll talk about how I transitioned into that. I actually just kind of fell into an HR job, but one day we'll talk a little bit more about job fairs too, and how you navigate job fairs and what you should do when you attend a job fair. But today, getting back to what I was talking about, in my career summary, when I kind of started working in HR, about 5 years into my beginning of my HR career, my position was eliminated, and I had to decide which way I wanted to go. Do I want to stay straight down the middle with HR and do a little bit of everything in human resources, or do I want to pick out like benefits or labor relations? I felt my strength was recruiting. So that's what I went after. Every recruiting opportunity I could find to build my resume, whether it be temporary, part-time, whatever, you name it. If they hired me and it said recruiter, I was going for it. But then again, I wasn't so far away from my electronic background that I couldn't speak on it. And I always keep my military information on my resume. I will drop off other jobs than to take it off to my military friends. I'll show you how to do that. I just don't put the dates because you don't need to know how old I am when I'm interviewing for a position. But there's a way to do that too. It's very simple. But at any rate, there was no way I was going to write my job summary or objective and put in that I was full cycle recruiting with strong sourcing experience, also able to read schematic diagrams. What did that have to do with anything? That's like, what? Did I miss something? You don't do that, all right? So don't mix skills that are, way off. You don't want to swing that pendulum one way and then way back off to the other. Somebody would think you're not well. All right. So it's like, what do you really want to do? I remember asking people that, what do you really want to be? What do you really want to do? And they'll say, I'll take anything. No, you don't want anything. Yeah, I don't want anything. I used to recruit for a lot of positions. I was like, you don't want to do that. Specifically on the railroad, you don't want to say, I'll do anything, all right? So make it relevant to the position that you're applying for, all right? So I'm just going to wrap it up there, everyone. I hope that was a few tips that would help you start to begin to construct a resume. Again, if you join me this weekend, September 30th at 11 a.m., that is Eastern time zone, for $39, you really can't beat this, okay? Just go to my website. Again, it is Stacey Anderson at podia.com. It will be in the description of this as well. And just go ahead and sign up, and we will talk about resumes. You'll leave with that great reference book of how to create a resume, be able to find one that may suit your specific need. If you're a mid-career changer, if you're military, if you just want to show a different version of your resume, there is more than just a chronological resume and the functional resume. Those used to be the main two that were out there. The functional we would use if we used to say if you're really trying to hide something, or if you just really don't want to highlight something. You've got experience in this job, but maybe it didn't work out so well, and they ask you kindly to clean out your locker and leave, or whatever the case was, and there's nothing wrong with being terminated from a position. But you did a great job. You may have made a mistake. I hold no judgment about that, but there's a way to still explain that too. We'll talk about those things. What should I put, of a job that I left? Should I put the job that I only had for 6 weeks? All those questions will be answered during that class. Again, if you missed that class, it will be on my website as a package that you can purchase at a later date if you're not able to attend. So don't worry, this won't be the first. This won't be your only opportunity to hear about that and to learn about it, all right? So you all take care. Have a great day. And I'll be back tomorrow with some simple tips from Singer Career Counseling. Have a great day.